Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Christmas's Story. We are going to continue with episodes 4 and 5. That should be right. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah, alright, episode 4. So, where we last left off with the story, it seems that we're done with meeting up with the collaborators for the Santa departure ceremony. However, we still have yet to meet Tetsuya and Aigir, so I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I think Tetsuya might be in Shinjuku Academy, so we might see more of an exploration of what exactly Shinjuku's contribution is going to be. I don't know about what Aigir's deal is, though. So, welcome, Oddly Rival. Welcome here, Chan. Always good to see you guys. Let's do this. Oh, he tends a bit. Well, actually, you're probably right. Yeah, I don't know what Tetsuya is doing there then. You've finally arrived. I was beginning to get a bit impatient, Harrison. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Wait, what time is it? I don't think I'm late, am I? It is earlier than I thought. My apologies. I must have gotten here well out of schedule. I am to watch over you today, and I suppose that duty simply left me feeling a bit anxious. Particularly since Shiro, Kango, and Ryota have already fulfilled this duty with aplomb. And so I too stake my very being on the success of this mission. I will not let you down. Maybe you need to calm down, Toji. Just relax, you know? You're gonna meet my chaperone? That is one way to put it. I suppose I am chaperoning you, given the fact I'm here to make sure you do not get yourself in over your head. Okay, Xeno. I pledge to safeguard you to the end, such that I may show my face to the others with pride henceforth. You may just care a bit too much, Toji, and I don't think that's necessary. But it's a mark of a true friend. My apologies for overstating things. I hope you did not feel obligated to flatter me so. That was not my intent. I often worry about the degree to which I fit in with the summoners. I am a reserved and shady sort after all. Well, at least you're self-aware. That worry may have put me somewhat on edge, but your kind words have helped bring me back around. Being part of this guild reminds me of when my former companions and I would give over our all for Tokyo. Very comfortable here. This is why I want to protect this warmth and camaraderie. I do not wish to part ways with those I care about ever again. Alright, Toji. A bit too serious here, but give me a hug. Stop! Why would you do... What would you do if a fellow Shinjuku student were to see us like this? Sorry, taking you from jail right now. What? You will not let me go. In that case, it seems I will need to respond in kind. Although he is visibly nervous, his hand shaking, Toji reciprocates the hug and begins stroking her back. When I'm with you, things always get complicated before even one step is taken. Do not misinterpret that as a complaint, however. This is my daily life now, and in the interest of protecting that daily life, I promise I will protect you. Dante, it would seem, may legitimately be running a bit late. I wonder if something happened to him. Ooh, sorry to be tardy to the party, you two. Rabbis recommended this masked superhero show to me, saying he really wanted me to check it out. And I got so caught up in it, time just kinda slipped away from me. It is quite alright. We merely came a bit early. You're not so late as to have caused any serious concern. What is today's destination? If you have no obligation, there is something I would like to discuss along the way. We're headed to the Slaughter Village so we can perform our final checks on the facilities the craft has built. Okay, just quality control. I'm surprised to hear that such an ambitious project was completed. I must admit to some trepidation in seeing their handiwork. So, what do you want to discuss, Toji? Something on your mind? Yes, for my investigation, I have confirmed that those devils are the source of the scoundrel Santa. Blue Santa. Does Toji have a Santa skin? Oh yeah, he does in his AR art. I was like thinking, why does he seem like he would fit in one? Oh, that's exactly the intel I've been waiting for. Tell me everything you've come to know. There is little more to tell, as the devil's true nature is still uncertain. But while investigating, something did occur to me. Namely, it occurred to me that it will soon be Christmas. The town seems taken by the Christmas spirit. Good point. Oh, this... Yeah, I just took it out of my closet. I haven't worn this too often, but I like the blue sort of texture on it. Thank you. I'm gonna be attending like a secret Santa among friends soon, and I didn't really know what to put on my like wish list, so I kind of just put in get me like a Santa hat and Santa beard. So if you see me on stream one day with that, now you'll know why based on what I told you now. I'm taken by the Christmas spirit? What do you mean by that exactly? I have a memo from the head office on that subject. Allow me to quote it directly. 1. Department store show windows are not decorated for Christmas. 2. Confectionery shop is not accepting reservations for Christmas cake. 3. No Christmas colors on Christmas lights adorn the town streets. 4. Couples are... I believe you can skip this one. Couples are what? What does it say? Come on, Toji, you don't need to be shy. I read an entire bulleted list of items, and you focus on that one point? You need to get your priorities straight. Straight in this game? I don't think so. I think we should hear the full contents of that report. I need to let Headmaster Dead know about it as well, after all. I suppose that is a fair point. Well, alright then. 4. Couples are not kissing beneath any mistletoe. I see. Yeah, that is the sort of thing you see in every Christmas movie, isn't it? Interesting. What else does it say? 5. The number of couples holding hands is much lower than expect. Ugh, this is very painful for me to read. Oddities like this at Christmas time. It's gotta be those devils, huh? They're messing with things somehow. If so, I fear we may be dealing with more of them than we bargained for. They may be spreading all throughout Tokyo. Things still seem orderly for the moment, but under the utmost scrutiny. It is likely just the calm before the storm. If what you're saying is true, and the problem is left unchecked, it could spell disaster for the departure ceremony. I've been keeping Headmaster Dead up to date on the problem this whole time, but so far, nobody's come up with any good solutions. We should gather more information. What about the other committee members? Any balls in the air right now? Indeed, 2 heads are better than 1, but 3 are better still. Perhaps someone else has noticed something we overlooked. Well, we might find our answer soon, because we're just about there. The departure ceremony site itself, Sauna Village. It looks like they're still in the gas station. The Vanished Santa Claus, episode 4. Or rather, the subway station. Oh my gosh, that's the Santa sign! You can see it up close! Look at the deads. Look at the deads over there! Oh my god! Sauna Village, dead sign. Alright, I'm good. The satisfying thunk of a kitchen knife repeatedly slicing food in preparation for the departure ceremony echoes throughout Sauna Village. Bisu looks towards the entrance where he hears excitedly jubilant chatter and is met with a row of friendly, smiling faces. Hey, it's the Make Sail crew. We're back, Bisu, and we come bearing a true seafarer's bounty. We got everything you requested. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much. Looks like your fishing trip was a huge success today. It was the real hero out there. Catching this huge tuna was just a pull in the dream. Don't follow me like that. As only able to catch because I have these two to back me up. In particular, no. We would be nothing without my keen fishing prowess. My not so little lapis lazuli. Master Hugger, you're hurting me! Get off! I wish you'd stop leaning on me like that. Just because you're taller than me doesn't give you free rein to do whatever you want. Oh no, Ata's here. Everyone's gonna start throwing tomatoes at him. Tomato, boo. Poor Ata. At least he's not getting battled in this event so far. If it makes you feel any better, I'm taller than everyone, and I'm happy to share the wealth I see fit. For I am Aegir, Giant King of the Ocean. Everyone has to know that. Every part of me is great and magnanimous to be enjoyed to one's heart's content. I'm still growing, you know. I'll catch up to you sooner or later, I swear. Well, only catch up. Not surpass. You should dream bigger, Ata. The world is your gem, to be carved as you see fit. You fancy yourself a seafarer, do you not? Every good seafarer dreams beyond his means. Speech awash with boastful ambition. Oh, well, now it's my turn to shine. I'm going to take your bounty and make something scrumptious out of it. Hey, morning, Ata, Bisu, Makara. Well, long time no see, Earthen, old pal. We just got back from fishing. I was about to join us next time we go out on the drink, eh? Oh, come now, my precious diamond. We all know you're here to see me, are you not? Making such a spectacle of greeting as yours. I'm certain you must simply be saving the best for last. I just realized we excluded Aegir. That's funny. You are ever such a tease. When did you become this mischievous little treasure trove, Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. You're a playful little trinket, aren't you? But as I am ever living, I'm not so easily flustered. Aegir leans down on your shoulder with both his arms and draws his face closer to the nape of your neck. Gently, he blows air to ear, giving you instant goosebumps. What the heck is that? Who goes and blows into someone's ear? Is that a thing? Like, I know that's a thing you do to tackle someone, but that's not really something you do as a greeting. Maybe give it another 100 years. For now, though, I think I'll just carve my desires onto the gem face of yours. This is what happens when you entice me. The whole time I was aboard ship, all I could think of was what I wanted to do to you. As he's thinking of, like, giving us a facial or something? What is he planning to do with our gem face? Excuse me, what is the meaning of this? Unhand him this instant. Koji, taken aback by Aegir's flirtatious actions, interjects. Ebis is okay, but I am a big fan of Makar. You will distance yourself from my charge right now, suspicious individual. If you persist in these dubious actions, I will have no choice but to report you to the relevant authorities. I think I was cooked enough with, what's it called? Ophion. What a stunning display of devotion. The bodyguards enters the scene. But you needn't worry, this is merely how I greet friends. With benefits. Forgive me if I do not quite so readily accept that dubious claim. Who are you anyway? Your name! Give me your name! Allow me. This is Aegir of Toyosu Marine Academy. From what I hear, he serves as a professor in their collegiate sector. This man is a university professor? Dressed like that? Preposterous! As I say, one should never judge a book by its cover. Please address me as Professor Aegir. I am Toji Sakimori of Shinjuku Academy. He and I are in the same class. Please do excuse my rudeness. I meant no offense. Well, all is all that ends well. Social status is Toji's greatest foe. I'm jealous. Getting to be in the same class as Arthin. I'm Ita Anamori. I'm at school at Toyosu Marine Academy. It's nice to meet ya. And my name's Makara. I'm in high school. I need to, you need no introductions, Barka. Whoa, wait, Makara, you're in high school? I thought you were older than that. Hey, don't act so surprised. Well, I'm kind of glad you think of me as being older. Means you seem as a reliable sort. I'm only a meager 200 years old. You know, minor date, you know. He's a Marine Academy Executive Committee member, is requested to gather ingredients for the Christmas feast. And from the looks of the haul, I'd say they did an exemplary job. Let's see you made it back ashore without incident too. Of course. They had 3 adults supervising the repetition. We never would have allowed any harm to befall our students. I'd like to hear it. Now, where'd Mr. Dagon and Captain Ahab anyway? Mr. Dagon caught himself a lot of sun while out fishing, so he's gone back to his classroom to cool down. Indeed. Despite appearances, Dagon is an indoor person. Which is fine because it assures we do not share many hunting grounds. As for Captain Ahab, he doesn't much care for Joyland, so he stayed behind and left the delivery of our catch-up to us. I see. Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping we might be able to say hello. Ahab should go into the sauna with, presumably, Dagon. Oh, with us, I see. I wouldn't mind that. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing any more skins from Ahab because he has the Gamma Fever. I dare say, the fickle aquamarine just didn't want to be bothered carrying gifts. But you'll see him at the ceremony, I'm sure. Hope so? Christmas is best celebrated with everybody, after all, together. Anyway, this year's Abisu, a master chef who specializes in seafood dishes at a rather nice hidden gem of a restaurant. Master chef? Come on, don't tease me like that. I've still got a long way to go before I could ever be worthy of that title. Those exquisite banquet threads that Choji prepares are well beyond me. I just make casual dishes, that's all. After all these years, I still don't know how to pronounce banquet. Is it like banquet or banquet? Who knows? Honestly, I'm worried about being chosen to cook for the departure ceremony this year. I don't know if I'm up to the task. You are. Trust me. We had a taste test and your cooking was exceptional. There's really no need to be so modest. The other 3 smile and nod in agreement when they hear this. It's clear they are all in complete agreement. I'll try to make sure I live up to your expectations then. So, what's your group's role here, Arthur? We're here to check on the overall progress of the sauna village. Tante, should we assist in carrying goods as well? Well, more pairs of hands would certainly make things easier for everyone. Though I do hate to ask such a big favor. It'll be our pleasure, though. Yeah, there is an awful lot to carry. Ugh. It's definitely a lot of work, but after all that toil, it might be the perfect chance to give the sauna itself a proper test run. Even though we already tried it out 3 times by now. Won't the rest of you join us too? I have no doubt it'd help wipe away all the exhaustion of fishing in the otherworldly seas. Oh-ho! Some steamy time in the sauna sounds splendid. I would be most keen on joining you all there. You know about saunas, I hear? Saunas really are the best, aren't they? With 5 years in, then I'm definitely in. You're blushing. Whatever could you be thinking, my diamond? You truly are a naughty one, aren't you? Yes, after coming here to Tokyo, I indulge in every pleasure there is, simply to experience them all. Of course, this includes saunas as well. I'm quite the savant at this point. Shall I teach you how to get the most out of them? What say you, my dear students? Will you join us? I've still got a lot to take care of before the ceremony, but I might go once I've reached a good stopping point. And this kind of stuff ain't, anybody should be doing alone, so I'm gonna stick around and give Abisu a hand. Oh, thank you, Makara. Sorry to bother you with it, but I really could use the help. So you're going to be staying behind to help, Makara? What should I do then? To be honest, I don't know much about saunas. The image I have of them is that they're super hot and it's hard to breathe inside. So at least really, maybe I'm gonna pass, but I'll also give Abisu a hand. It should go away. Thank you, Zavi, for reiterating that twice. My dad taught me how to handle fish, so I should be able to help, at least a little bit. You know, they say everything's yours trying at least once, but it seems you lack the desire to expand your horizons, Eita. There you go again, Mr. Iger, trying to egg me on. Abisu and Malkara Sauna time. Unfortunately, I don't think they will be participating since I don't think they got skins in the spent. Especially Malkara, of course. I see. There is some hesitation then. I would like everyone to know the joy of the sauna, but I certainly wouldn't force anyone. If you should ever get the urge to try it though, just give me a call. I'll teach you how to get the most out of the experience. Well, thanks, Dante, but right now, there's work to be done, so I'm gonna get to it. Dave! Ho! And... it's in. Ooh. That's the last box. Hard to believe that even with this much seafood on hand, it's still not enough. I forget. Were we going to supplement it with that game? I wonder if we put in a request to the hunters yet. By the way, did you know that Eita's voice actor is the same as Basim? So... hope you can't get that out of your mind now. Every time you listen to the Ikutoshi Basim AR. I can't reach the top shelf. That's not good. Guess I'm going to have to ask Mr. I here. Unfortunately. I wish I just grew up already. I want to get an adult. Won't somebody make me big? Please. It's devil time. Scoundrel Santa time. That's funny. Instead of Kalki, who is a variant, being like the villain of the episode, it's gonna be Eita, who's gonna be the villain of the episode. That's kind of funny. Oh, Musashi was a villain of the episode too, and he didn't get a variant. Surprised he hasn't gotten a variant yet. He's bomb. Wait, what's this thing? Oh, was it always here? It's not an octopus. It's pretty soft to the touch. But what is it? Eita stretches a curious hand towards the creature, poking it right on its belly. Stop it! It tickles! Oh, what the heck are you? Are you Santa School students? You're not, are you? You're stray transients. Where did you come from? We come from a far away farm. Oh, farm. I see. Yeah, farm. You're making crepes bake, and Alice bake too. You call us straight transients? What is that? Eita learns to help by unhelping. Oh, true. Well, I think they're transients who've lost their summoners. Maybe? I really should have listened better in class. I understand. In that case, I think, yes, stray transients. So I was right then. You must have it pretty rough. I hear that since stray transients don't have a contract. I think it was. They can't stay in Tokyo for very long. It's so sad. But hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. To see every chance encounters like a treasure. Okay, we take you up on that. We want milky porridge. Lots of milky porridge. Can you give us? Alright, we will be moving on to episode 4, part 2. A bit short, to be honest. It's dead! Tell me, do you think it is strange that I exist as one being divided in twain? Funny that you of all people should be the one to say that, after all. You're divided in two yourself, no? In fact, you may be divided into a far greater number of selves. Perhaps it just varies from place to place. In one spot, you may say to yourself that, just like everyone else around you, you have absolutely no interest in something. But go somewhere else and you may say, even if no one else approves of it, that you are, in fact, the very avatar of that thing. Does this sound familiar at all? Have you had this experience? And has that other you begun to find its own identity and walk its own path? Those around you, the people of the world, have come to accept this other you, and you yourself have allowed this other you more and more freedom to do as he may please. In time, you come to accept this other you as well as a part of your overall being. You simply can't let him go, and this is how two roles come to exist within one body. There is nothing out of the ordinary about any of it. This is how we live too. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that everybody does. Another sad dead. What if, however, in the course of nurturing this other you, the original you should begin to shrink and fade away? What if the people around you stop believing in you, and your freedoms are stripped away bit by bit? You might just wither away to nothing, all while suffering the pain of having your very existence torn to pieces. Maybe you've heard of something similar to this before. Fairies, for example, cannot exist if nobody believes them. Is this a story of Dark Dead? There's no way they can fit that story by this point. I was thinking just like, maybe when they were talking about they wanted to get rid of the idolatry of Santa, maybe it's because they lost Dark Dead to Light Dead, but that's obviously not the case we can see. So I don't really get it. You hope Black Dead fades away. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but, you know, more Fat Dead time on screen, please. It's the same for us. If nobody believes us anymore, then it will be as if we never existed in the first place. That is the only possible fate that awaits. No, Dad! This present sack is a sacred artifact that once belonged to an old friend of mine. In truth, I was not born as Santa, and I was never granted leave to fulfill the duties of Santa. Rather, in my homeworld of Kitez, my friend... Actually, I think it's pronounced Kitesh. In Kitesh, my friend brought in the role of Santa from another world altogether and sought for me to kill it. So Dead wasn't the original Santa, but I do think that the friend he's talking about is actually not correct, but I don't think he fulfilled the Santa role, to be honest. I looked him up. I don't really get what he does. He kind of just like whips people with a tree branch or something. I don't know how it works. I inherited not just it, but the rule of Santa as well. I was approved for it by the very world itself. Aw, right. That's why Santa was so sad about his past, because his own existence is only permeated by the loss of his friend. The only problem is, my friend who had lost that rule simply vanished from existence. Why am I telling you all of this? That's a good question. Why am I? Maybe I just want you to know. Remember our old friend gave us some place to be. I suppose now I know how that old friend felt when relinquishing this role and role to us. Now as these old events are set to repeat anew, I finally understand. You and your entourage have been busily checking the sauna facilities to ensure they're well stocked and everything seems to be in order. Alright, plenty of firewood now. That should be the last load. I do believe we're done here, Tante. Thank you all for helping carry so much over here. Next time, I'm sure Aita needs some help, so we should turn our attention. Don't you worry about me. I'm fine by myself over here. You just leave it to me. Hey, Taylor, can you even reach the top shelf? Things are piling up pretty high. Yep, like you said. Don't worry about it. I'll get it done in no time. Just you watch. Wait, don't mind. Well, if you're sure, then okay. I guess we'll have ourselves a go in the sauna. Well, quickly, let's go to the sauna before Aita realizes. Do not forget, our purpose here is to thoroughly check the facilities. To that end, Well, where should we be headed first? For this, we call the sauna village. There must be different types of saunas. How very astute of you. Allow me to explain the general layout of the sauna village in brief. Each of the lavish wooden buildings here is equipped with a changing room, shower room, and countless saunas. The saunas are divided by type and temperature, so every visitor can enter the sauna that best suits their tastes. The bath is kept at precisely 20 degrees Celsius. It'd be more authentic to have an icy lake to dive in, but safety comes first. Additionally, visitors to the village can stop in at Cafe at Asterism or Alisa's Eatery for a lovely dining experience. I was wondering about that. I thought it was just like, wasn't it Chochi was supposed to handle food, but now it's like Abisu? Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. And Team Asterism is having designing the actual cake, I believe. It's the perfect way to sate tummies left rumbling after a long sauna session, and just in time to make Christmas extra special. So, bearing that all in mind, my personal recommendation would be to take in Headmaster Dead's sign at entrance first. No, I'll take Headmaster Dead for already. The duality of Dark Dead's imposing form and Light Dead's mild-mannered form is really something to behold. I love how they're focusing on this sign so much in this game. It's like, this wasn't even the first time we poked fun at it, but it's such a tiny part of the art. But it is really cute. You really like Headmaster Dead, huh? You can see it just fine from here. Well, one push comes to shove, I suppose you do. I took of him like a father, and as he's the owner who looked after me ever since I was arrived with no memories of my previous life. Jump Dante, he's my daddy! Signpost aside, let's see. I believe Tojo here said this was his first time as a sauna, right? For a first timer, I would recommend a medium hot sauna. Between 60 and 90 degrees Celsius. Perhaps even lower. Whoa, you really know your stuff, Professor Iger. And it looks like you're already prepared for that steamy time to come too. A bit irresponsible, isn't he? I mean, isn't he the professor? Shouldn't he be the one volunteering to help, but instead he's having all the students continuing to work while he's just chilling out. You've changed already. That was fast. But I've changed already too. You look like you're born sauna. As I said, I've explored every worldly pleasure there is. And there is no better social club for adults than a hot sauna. So, now comes the part where we decide upon temperature, atmospherics, and methods of steaming. Let's go with 80% humidity, a temperature just under 60 Celsius, and steamy salt, so hot rocks. Understood. I believe this steam sauna is the method of purification used before, as well, so that should be perfect. No, you want a chubby sauna. I mean, we had that with Ryota last time, although it was just Ryota. It's okay, we can just be awkwardly the only fat person surrounded by muscle people. That's not making you feel self-conscious at all. Right then, with all that decided, follow me everyone. This is a full-on village, so we don't want anyone getting lost now. So, this is the room where we are to experience the sauna? We are completely surrounded by wood here, fully enclosed, like the walls of Tokyo. If there weren't enough battle in this room, we'd be forced to fight in an extremely hot condition. Hey, same brain. It feels so good in here. Let's relax, Doji. I am not on edge, if that is what you mean to say. I merely think we should be prepared for enemy attacks, even in here. I don't know how prepared you are. In fact, your heedless actions in sitting right up against me are a security risk all around. Please, distance yourself. In order to help everyone relieve their stress and relax, I brought some aroma oils with me today. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You have good taste, it would seem. Those are some shake oils instead. Come, let's offer them up to the sauna stones at once. Sounds good to me. Everybody ready? We'll get the steam going now. Humphrey throws water infused with the special aroma oils against the heated sauna stones. In an instant, the room fills with steam and an extremely fragrant aroma. So this is a steamy sauna, is it? The smell is quite intoxicating, and the heat is perfect for relaxation. 69 degrees. I'm sure we'll have that later in the special quests. Just having a nice 69 in the saunas. It's so nice. Oh, so lovely. I simply can't get enough of it. And I'll bet you can't either, Ayrton. Tomty, would you be a dear and lend your Birchwood bundle, please? I'd like to show my little gem the true sauna experience. Is he whipping us? Yes. This is the ultimate form of enjoyment. The first time I experienced it myself, I fell to my knees in ecstasy. Go ahead, smack yourself with it too. Doing so promotes proper blood circulation and makes one's skin silky smooth. Heading out now, Zavi? Alright, thanks for joining. Peace. I don't know, I was waving at chat there. See ya. No pearl can shine its brightest without the proper care. After all, stick with me and I will polish it to perfection. Alright, we'll bring it on. Yes, that's the way. I'll have to be certain I reward you for your obedience later. You'll be obeying me another way after. Oh my god, what is this? I think he just grew tall. I think that's why he was able to reach the shelf. Hey, everybody! I'm here to join you all in the sauna. Well, there's your chubby sauna. You got it. I finished getting everything sorted in the storeroom over there all by myself. Pretty grown-up of me, huh, Mr. Iger? Is it just me, or... An aggressive growth spurt, maybe? You noticed this too? I think maybe I just finally turned old enough that I started growing. Mr. Iger? When did he get so small? Or did I just get that big? These are so stupid. Why is there that kind of fireplace in a sauna? That's what the first thing that entered your mind. You're probably right though. I don't question it. It's a horny game, don't question it. Hey, who do you think you're calling small? Oh no, is he gonna grow together? He's jealous, idiot! Oh no, we're gonna be crushed by these two giants. Try saying that to me again. I am the giant king of the ocean. I can never bear to be smaller than you. I'm being jealous of H of all things, that's funny. Now I guess turn giant size too? He's absorbing steam from the sauna. Chill. He's just a baby who doesn't know any better. That's your point. I'm not so different from a child myself. People have told me for ages now. What's that? Pompe, Arthur, over there. Feels so good. We enjoy ourselves in the open now. I'm possessing Ita. They're outwardly visible this time. But something's off about them. In any case, if there are devils attached to someone, there's only one thing for us to do about it. That's right. It's time for a sauna battle. Ita, you must release those beings you've allowed into yourself. What? You even know about sauna battles? Professor Iger of Toyosu Marine Academy. You, sir, are an enigma. For real. You know a bit too much Iger for saunas. Even this was never, precedented. Well, then let the sauna battles begin. Again. No sense in wasting time, everyone knows. Yeah, right. Why is there a fireplace right there? Perhaps that's just to stylize the fire pit for the sauna steam. So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I mean, it is supposed to be a Christmas themed, what's it called? Sauna event. So no surprise that there's some Christmas decoration within the sauna too. You can see the painted Christmas trees on walls. Time for Professor Iger's extracurricular lesson. Let's teach this kid just how much of a grown-up a sauna can purify the soul. Was it not safe? Not sure which way you're referring to. Good kid, bad kid. It's all the same to the steam. And I drink steam for breakfast. Alright. I did not expect Iger's character development to go in this direction, where he becomes Tomte to Electric Boogaloo. Well, as long as the tree is, like, artificial and not something that can get damaged from the steam, then it should be fine. Although, like, a real tree probably would be fine too, honestly, since just, like, trees absorb water. It would be kind of a pain to maintain, though. You want steam? You've got it! Take this! And this! And this, and this, and this, and this, and this! I think he's just like tossing rocks in this steam or whatever. The fire pit. They're both drinking. Why are they both drinking? Yeah. I don't know why I imitated Ethan's face there. I've got a real good sweat going. The sweat is simply dripping from us all. Donna truly are the best, aren't they? Nature and I get our boats back to normal. Look, it does more than sweating. Fun experience, Zeta. Thank you for soda time. You guys are inside me? Yeah, I had no idea. The developers are all out of it now. But something's a bit different this time. You guys friends with Zeta? You know them too. I met them just a while ago. They said they wanted to eat milky porridge, so we fed them some. And before I knew it, it's getting bigger and bigger. That is quite disparate from what happened with Shiro and Kenko. Are they different devils? Or perhaps. Maybe it's because Zeta actually gave him milky porridge. Same devils, only difference. We get milky porridge. Is porridge such an important factor for you? Eta give porridge, so we give Eta a thank you present. We good at making people grow strong, big, tough. Eta desire it, so we let them have it as thank you. Interesting. That's not too far from Headmaster Dad's rule. Yeah, bit like a light Santa and dark Santa there. Santa Claus rule. This is similar. Do explain yourself, Tomte. Well, Headmaster Dad's big white bag of presents is a secret artifact that can determine who's naughty and who's nice. But it goes even further than that. It rewards those who are nice, and appropriately compensates those who are naughty. As the song goes, he sees when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. To be good for goodness sake. And I feel like this is something similar. These devils provide a supernatural sort of reward to those who are nice to them. I see. They reward those who give them milky porridge and haunt those who do not. But we're naughty kids, so even our thank yous are mischievous. Can't help it. If it causes problems, Eta, we're sorry. I believe I'm finally grasping the logic behind your actions. But there is one thing I still do not quite understand. Why do you possess people? If you must provide compensation for naughty behavior, why not do as the Dark Santas do? We are straight transients. We need contracts to stay here. We came to hate Santas, so this was the only thing left for us to do. So you are the scoundrel Santa's in. The connection was there all along. It's like the friends we made out along the way. Tomte, we know you too. Don't you remember us? What? How do you know me? We met before, some time long ago. Please, try to remember. Hey, Joe, aka the washroom sign messenger. The devils seem unable to find the right words, so they reach out and gently touch Tomte's sacred artifact. The moment they do, memories begin playing like once more. Could I just have one bowl of milky porridge, please? Just one bowl. If so, I'll be happy to provide support to this farm. However, if I give my support and not receive any porridge, should I be ignored or forgotten? I may just have to play pranks on you. Oh, okay, so this is Tomte's true nature. He's a trickster entity. I believe he's called a Nise. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's another name for the Tomte. And I believe they might actually be creatures of some sort. You can find the standing emoji, so that's close enough. Okay. Well, it is fitting that the watch him symbol is coming from you. In the hand of the approaching elf who makes this proclamation is an open notebook filled with detailed records of all things that has heretofore been experienced. Yeah, it's Santi, if it wasn't painfully obvious enough. Yes, this was my role, once upon a time. A role of an elf who helps farmers and their families. But unlike a lot of other famous elves of the time, I wasn't involved with anything as big as a world or even individual lands. My role was a much smaller, humbler one. So he is an elf. Nice confirmation. I helped out on farms, and I made mischief for those who betrayed me. That's it. That was my... The fuck is that word? Demesne, in a nutshell. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, you'll find out if you ever come to meet me. If I never need to use the washroom, I might just ask you. I traveled many different worlds, helping out on many different farms. And I helped out in a lot of different ways. I tended to fire, or to water, or to the trees and plants. I may have been limited to whom I can help, but not so much in what I could do for them. So he pretty much does have the Santa power, but it's just restricted to farmers. Some consider me a messenger of ether, though I'm sure others feared I was a servant of Helheim. In reality, I was just an elf trying to get by, survive in these chaotic worlds. Elves and other fae, you see, need someone to believe in them, someone to forge a contract with them, or they'll simply disappear. And in my case, I was perfectly content doing whatever I could to make life easier for people in exchange for just a little bit of milky porridge. I would clean while farmers slept. I would tend to their livestock. I would plow their fields. And their husbands. One catch. If the farmer responded to my hard work with only indifference, I would make them pay for it without mercy. I would reclaim recompense in the form of mischief. An elf's got to make a living after all. No one can get by if they're constantly being picked on. We can be dreadful and frightening at times, or we can be kindly and magnanimous. And so that's the kind of life I'd lived. I was a farm elf, collecting belief in myself from all the people who encountered me. After a while, though, the belief in farm elves such as myself started to wane. The whole way of the new world was changing, really, so it was kind of inevitable. Oh no, it's Eden! I don't quite know the details, but it seems there was some sort of war between the world I lived in and another world. That is a bit surprising. You don't really hear much between interworld conflict. Usually, if there is, it's within the stage of Tokyo, but it seems wherever Tomte's from, Tesh, possibly, or Tirnanog. It might be Tirnanog, I think. They seem to have some conflict within their world. In the world I lived and lost, that seems to be the long and the short of it. Though I really don't know. I really don't know exactly what transpired. All I know is what people said to me in that new world. Nice is nice, naughty is naughty, and you are wrong. So for those who aren't familiar, Eden's system is held up by the partitioning of good from evil. So this is just harping on that, I believe. And it seems Eden imposed a rule on this world of maybe Turtledog? I'm not entirely sure. That doesn't sound right, though. So maybe something's just from some other world. Christianization happened. Yeah, pretty much. God damn it, Christianity. Not again. This new world simply regarded me as a trickster elf. Terrorized farm families. Actually, this might actually be a little case of that. maybe there's some parallel in the real world where the fucking crusades happened, or some equivalent of shit where the Christians took over with missionaries, and then they were like, oh, these entities you think are actually just the devils. Like, apparently, entities like Baal are considered demons, for example, but in reality, they have roots in, for example, Canaanite mythology with Baal. But it's just Christian demonization, essentially, if it doesn't fall within the religion. All of the gods are demons, and there's only one true god. It was a world that valued being good and nice at all times, under all circumstances. And hence I made mischief on occasion. I was branded as naughty. There was no middle ground. Yeah, fays turned into demons. Very sad story, honestly. Man, it's... there's so much history you can just, like, indirectly learn from Housamo. I kind of love it. Like, they did not have to go this far out to do, like, a world mythology history lesson, but they really did. And even in fucking Christmas mythology, all things. So fascinating. The way people saw me began to change. I couldn't take it anymore. Became figments. Yeah. Or transformed into demons, or essentially, they're considered as deviating away from the path of God. I resolved that if the world insisted I be good at all times, then that's what I would do. I'd simply stop making mischief. I'd cut off the naughty part of me and never look back. So it's not even Tomte's problem, it's fucking Eden's. Fucking Eden. And so I did. I cut naughty from me to shreds and tossed it aside, becoming strictly a nice elf, and moving along to the next world. The pain I felt when I sliced off that wicked part of me was gone in an instant, and I thought that would be enough. I thought everything would start to go my way again if I did this. And that's why he's so insistent on helping others without taking. To put it lightly, things just aren't that simple. I stood there amid the falling snow, having lost everyone. Old Granddad and Grandma gone. I was all alone on that farm now. All I could do was hang my head in defeat as the snow piled upon it, weighing it down even more. I thought I could live with those two. I was supposed to be able to. I wouldn't ask for anything, and I wouldn't make any mischief. I would just live with them and be as a good elf should. I was supposed to just support them, helping them on their farm to do the best of my ability and ask nothing in return. Until some far-flung day when I'd been forced to say goodbye to them. They both seemed so sad. Perhaps I never truly could be just a good elf. Tears run down the youth's cheeks. Fortunately, the falling snow helps mask those tear tracks. Oh my gosh, it's dead again! Oh my gosh, Dead's here! Why is Dead here? Oh, Dead is from the world of Katesh. Tomte is from the world of Tirnanog. And Eden came over. What the fuck is this world supposed to be? I don't even know. But it seems Santa might... Okay, so if Eden came to invade Tirnanog and, demonize a bunch of these entities, it's quite possible that with them came Dead as well. Because even if Dead himself is from Tesh mythology originally, he was able to persist in existence. We saw that earlier, right? They were talking about how Santa, or rather Dead, was not originally meant to be Santa, but he took on that role. And maybe that's why he's here in this presence as well. Because, with Eden came along Christianity, but also came along this sort of secularization with Santa Claus. So, that's an interesting connection, for real. Oh, I thought I sent a child over this way, and a child elf no less. Why might a young elf like you be crying on Christmas Day? Now it's all making sense. For Dead to have there was some sort of history that happened that I was confused if whether Dead met him before or after, but it seems they met both before Tokyo as well as after Tokyo. I don't know why Dead would be lying though, but maybe he was just hiding the fact. And lied when he said that he just happened to come by and pick Tomte up. On such a silent night too. What's wrong? Do you like to talk to me about it? Who are you? Do you know me? Yeah, this Dark Dead is surprisingly being out of character is nice, but yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid I don't. This should be the first time you've ever met. You and this dark side of me. There's no need to be so on edge. My name is Dead. I'm Dark Santa. Dark Santa? Oh, that means saint, doesn't it? You're the saint from that world. From the system that branded me as naughty. Yeah, it seems that Santa came along with Christianity. Oh my gosh, the connections! I hate you. I hate you all. But I also hate that I still harbor all these ugly feelings. And it's you, the one who punishes naughty children right here. I guess that means I'm still considered naughty. I'm still naughty. I'm a devil. That's why Granddad and Grandma couldn't live happily ever after with me. Oh, hold on just a minute. Here. What are you? I'm just going to toss it all out. Just cut it off and throw it all away. Then things can be better for everyone next time. Today, Santa mostly comes from Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's a bit sad, but also that Santa's pretty hot, so I don't know. And also it comes with like polar bears, so that's also good. Oh, a little bit. I mean, Santa was secular to beginning with, and I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola made Santa this popular in the first place. I'll eliminate all these feelings of hatred. I have for both myself and Santa. Then maybe, just maybe. The devilish pieces of himself that he severed rapidly flew off into the distance and out of sight. Oh no! This is the problem of real life as well as within game here. When you so callously divide things into good and bad, people struggle and shit like this goes down. It's unfair. Life is unfair, man. After only a moment, there was no one else present. Only Dark Santa remained. And that was me. I cut off parts of myself, and they became devils. Yeah, it is sad. I mean, it's only sad if you can realize the connections to your world of how cruel, not just Christianity, but this whole right makes, right sort of thing, and anyone else who's in the wrong gets shit fucked. And people try to change with that, but sometimes they just change wrong, and they grow wrong because of like a cruel world that expects them to change. And I had no idea I actually met Headmaster Dead before, in his dark form, long before meeting Light Santa in that park. I see, so that's how he didn't recognize him. Well, I don't know if that's the real reason why, but maybe that's part of the reason why he switched forms. Suddenly you're a Tomty fan. Basic white guy no longer. What? Okay. Please, accept us. Try to remember us. Tomty, what's the matter? Why are you shaking? Is it okay? Is it really okay for me to accept them back and do myself better than... I thought I was trying to find the identity of the scoundrel Santas for Headmaster Dead's sake. But now it's for my sake. I think I want all my missing memories back, now that I know I can have them again. But is it really okay to accept back into myself a part of me that I discarded? Can I be forgiven for doing such a thing? Won't I just repeat the same mistakes that led to this whole mess in the first place? Is there any real benefit to doing this? Now that I think about it, this isn't the first time that Eden screwed over another world. We saw in Raiders of Lost Isle 2, the Kanan, whatever the full title was. It actually was the memories of Kanan because it was a failed world because of Eden's invasion. So, fucking Eden, man. Fucking Christianity. So your biggest fear is that you may repeat the same mistakes of the past. Tomty, You? Honestly, you all have such pitiful expressions on your faces. I'd suggest you drink this. It'll calm your nerves. Cold milk? Professor Eicher. All of you, have some. After a sauna, it's of utmost importance to rehydrate. Isn't that right, Tom T? I note the Zem Eicher. Yeah, he's pretty good. Although his characterization in this is not what I was expecting. Yeah, it is. And you should be sure to drink it slowly, so it doesn't upset your stomach. Oh, I'd love some of your milkies, Professor Eiger. No, hey, why are you down there? Tastes especially good now, too. If you think about it, it's really not such an uncommon thing. We often come to accept back into ourselves the things we expel. Hey, this was hinted at with C3 too, I believe. How, like, it's sort of like what you once rejected is stuff that you will accept when you're more mature. Perhaps there is no benefit, no meaning to the indifferent. But the very fact that you are not indifferent speaks volumes. The very fact you want to accept that back means that there must be some good to come out of it. What more reason do you need? Naughty and nice are irrelevant. The opportunity is yours now. Follow your heart. It's the only thing that makes sense. Even if history doesn't repeat itself, a new conclusion may yet await at the end of that cycle. Oh, main story hinting. Professor Eiger. Arthur. He's right. And if you get out of line, we'll just smack you with that birchwood. I know how it feels to want to remember. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. They're gone! It's only been a few hours, but parting is such a sweet sorrow. I'm certain that your fondness for them must undoubtedly have lifted their, my spirits. Professor Eiger, if I may, I would like to apologize for any rudeness on my part when we first met. Is he gonna disappear? No. The faith of his within Tomte was only shaky to begin with because Eden invaded the world, but he was still able to persist by changing his identity a bit. Luckily, Eden's here not to sort of enforce that. It seems I've misjudged you, for you are certainly not a dubious individual, nor Professor in name only. I'm no mere professor either. I'm none other than the Great Hiker, giant king of the ocean. You had best not forget that. I do believe it's actually in the case of Christianity, they tend to sanitize certain things as well. If they not outright demonize him, like I wouldn't be surprised if, for example, Tomte did straight up turn into like Santa's elves when in real life because they like spun it away in a fun, happy way. Who knows? Maybe not Christianity per se, but definitely the Christmas sort of experience in general. I contain multitudes, and I'm both naughty and nice in equal measure. In short, I exist, as you all do. And that's that. Sorry to interrupt your pointless monologue, but can I leave checking the remaining facilities to you two, Toji? Arthur. There is something I absolutely need to confirm with Headmaster Dead right away. What we just saw were definitely my memories. Not being the case, I have some questions I need answers to. It is rather alarming that Dead didn't bring it up, but I guess Dead might not have determined that the cause of the unscrupulous Santas was from, Dad's old memories. He might not even have met those devils. Will you be okay on your own? I could go with you for moral support. Saint Nicholas is apparently a patron saint of prostitutes. No wonder I'm so fucking thirsty for him. Sailors, fishermen, merchants, and Russia and Greece for some reason. That is... Huh. Okay. Damn. You're really into bunnies lately, Joe, huh? I'll be just fine. Sorry to dump all the rest of the work on you, though. Professor Eicher, Ita, I'd like you to lend him a hand again, if you would. I hate taking out. I'm just gonna relax in sauna. No, if you excuse me. Shall we head back home, Toji? I sure that's probably okay. One moment, please. Our advisor's ringing us up. Hello? What? Scoundrel Santas are suddenly running amok all through the town? Wait, what? SpaghettiOs. I guess he's not completely whole yet. Oh dear, those Santas are causing all sorts of mischief again, and everything's in chaos. What in the world is happening? I don't get it. I haven't been naughty at all. Why Santa gotta treat me like this? They're such nuisances. This how's it gonna be? I know Santa would just go away. Who needs him, right? Excuse me, please. I need to see you right now. Headmaster Dad. Dante? I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Have you already finished your work on the executive committee for today? No, I passed that off to the others because there's something I absolutely need to discuss with you immediately. An artist unlocked your sudden love for bunnies. You love them even more now. I'm a big fan of clapping buns. Well, no. Does this mean you finally learned to delegate responsibility? To not worry so much about being dependent on? Yeah, because I learned the source of my insecurities. I learned about how I cut off my own memories. About how I cut all ties I had with the people I knew. With a certain someone I knew. All by my own hand. That's why I've had this cloud of uncertainty and doubt hanging over me all this time, without ever knowing where it came from. And I guess that's why I'm so good at stealth. Because I don't have any bonds with anyone else. I have no contract. I see. So you've taken in their memories with your sacred artifact and consequently began to recover your own. What is it you want to discuss with me? Whatever it may be, you have my word, I will just set to the very best of my ability. Well, this hasn't all fully sunk in yet, so I'm going to start with the most burning question I've got. Based on both the summer's info and my own observations, the number of people humbugging this year is on a rise. Thanks to the trickster Santas. Thanks to me. And if we don't do anything about it, belief in Santa is going to start to die off. The very existence of Santa Claus could vanish from Tokyo altogether, and I can't help but think that you can actually do something about that, can't you? Yeah, Dad's been very absent in this. Dad, what have you been doing? Indeed, as Direct Santa, I could have simply meted punishment upon the offenders, as I do with naughty kids. But if you think about it, you may realize why I haven't. What is the most important thing for a Santa? For children to be good? Something more important than even the base Santa principles. The most basic of basics. Do you know the answer? Is it having a smile or something? He's thinking it up. I mean, that's what he was doing all throughout Sunshine Christmas. Yeah, it's bringing happiness to all children. I said a smile, which is a bit adjacent, but I should have said happiness. But I believe that was the message from the very first Christmas event, where Yule was like a prodigy when it came to all the things, although he kind of screwed up on execution. But the main thing he succeeded in the end, at least with Kento exclusively, was bringing happiness. Bingo bongo! Back then I saw a little brat on the verge of tears, and he grew up a little that day. Is he talking about Yule? Where you bring happiness to all children, and that includes you. All of you. If you can understand that, then you'll be a fine Santa. Well, my old friend, we're the only Santas left in this world. You are the only Santas left. Just once a year, you establish the faintest of connections with all the children of the dead, of the world, and you become Santa. I don't know why I said that. Actually, I do know why. I was actually thinking about that just now in terms of the greater things. I always thought it was weird that we were introduced to Dead Monroes rather than just Santa directly as an entity. But the mythology really is interesting as we explored here. There really is no singular entity of Santa Claus. Then there's like so many different figures of Father Christmases, and even across the world, there's like different interpretations of what Santa's supposed to be. And sometimes Dark Santa doesn't even exist in some part of the world. Like in North America, you might hear about like coal being dropped, but you don't really think of like a dark Santa doing that. So it's fascinating that Santa kind of exists as a conglomerate entity of perceptions that varies from place to place. And I can see why they've taken on this role of like, everyone can be Santa, and there's an entire school for it, and there's like the big bad Santa that everyone knows is the real Santa, but still there's still a ton of interpretive Santas that are still valid Santas. Very cool. I intend to give the sacred artifact to you as a present when you graduate, you know? Oh? Oh no. Really? I'll be entrusting it to you. What? What? Why? For the very reason you yourself just said. This belief in Santa is fading here in Tokyo. It's only happening because of those devils. Those fragments of me hate the very notion of Santa so much. That's right. And if you reject them, your past disappears. But if you accept them, we disappear. Is he saying if he accepts all his past selves, then Santa's gone and he'll be the only Santa left? It's duality in a single existence. Which will it be? One thing's for sure. We will not deny our student, whatever he chooses. Oh no. No! It's literally Tante or all the rest of Santas? That's a bit much. Tante. I won't accept that. I want to continue spending time with the other students. I want things to go on like they did before. That's confusing what you're rooting for. Essentially, the idea is that Tante accepting all his evil memories or whatever will cause Santa's to fade away, and if he doesn't, then Tante's whole self will fade away. So, Dad's come just like, feel welcome to kill us if you want. All Santas, and I'll give you my gift, since you'll be the only Santa left. My secret artifact, rather. Unless you're dead. You're a humbug head! You're running away. My. What a time for him to be entering his rebellious phase. I didn't really see that coming. Did you order me? This is the most dark development we've ever seen. We didn't even get this much during Sunshine Christmas. It's kind of funny. But it is more appropriate since Dark Dead's supposed to be the judger, which is what made Tante hate himself in the end. Don't you make light of the situation, other me. We don't have much time left here. Ugh, damn it all. I say we just believe in them. We believe in our students to do the right thing. Pardon me, Headmaster, but I'm still relevant. But there's still much to discuss. Or was the start of the departure ceremony, so we... He's not here? Where could he have got himself off to, I wonder? Guess I won't be relevant after all. Ooh, that was a long episode 4. The beginning first part was pretty short, but that was like... understandably so, because that was quite the story dump for Tante's case. Now, of course there's going to be some sort of resolution with his past self and his true self, but it might seem to be not as straightforward since there's still 3 more parts to go. Well, 2 more plus epilogue. We'll be continuing with episode 5. Let's do this. Yeah, quite the trauma dump, but trauma dump is usually done in like very last episode, which is episode 6. So that's still quite away from them. We haven't even met Tetsuya yet. That's kind of funny. So... yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be resolved in the same kind of way where, you know, the past self confronts the evil selves and then they all get along and they accept the past and everything goes out fine. Because they already kind of did that. So it might have a different ending. Hey, there he is. After 10 million years. Tetsuya Onogami, holding a store sign and decked head to toe in discount Santa suit, wanders the streets of Kabukicho's main thoroughfare in the Shinjuku ward tonight. This is a prime moment in the year when people are looking for a place to celebrate and distract themselves from their worries until morning. In other words, it's a great time to make money. Tetsuya's rounds take him from Main Street to Hanazono Street to the infamous Golden Gai, then back again. trying to grab the attention of as many customers as possible along the way. I guess he's just trying to get people to go inside the nightclub. At least the trauma dump isn't as bad as Shenong, where it's in every single episode. Yeah. And it's just, from the first go, a reiteration of the story we already learned. Well, I'm not mistaken. Wait, how's he sound? Oh yeah, he sounds extremely bored. I don't know what's up with Tetsuya's voice acting, but it's pretty terrible. If I'm not mistaken, the vacancy over there was just filled by some new watering hole. He doesn't even sound like cool bored, he just sounds bored. The stores on Kabukicho do change hands rather often, but one thing always remains the same. The general atmosphere of the whole neighborhood. And to Tetsuya, it's home. Every day he occupies himself with one odd job after another, never knowing what the next day is set to bring him. Hey, we're gonna get some Kengo backs right now with him. He begins to reminisce. When did he first set foot here? He recalls that there was someone else by his side at the time, someone who isn't here any longer. You say that as if he's dead. This isn't uncommon, as Kabukicho is the sort of town that accepts all dreamers with open arms, even when they're not really sure what their dreams are. And then, when those dreamers finally find what they've been looking for, they'll leave the nest and set out on new adventures. And that's just how things go over here. People arrive in search of dreams, then leave once they've achieved them. Are you saying Kengo headed out once he found the summoners with us? As he has seen it happen countless times. Summoning you will wander in, lesson ensure, and forge a meaningful bond with the place before eventually leaving in pursuit of something new. Meanwhile, Tetsuya never budges. You can always count on him being around. He still feels like a newcomer himself, despite being a veritable fixture. But of course, at this point, he's got seniority, and his juniors have been slowly increasing in number. How in the world am I gonna fill my quota with so few people around? It's so rare to see the streets of Kabukicho so deserted. Indeed, unlike every other time in the past, the whole town just seems a lot less bustling than one would expect during the year and festivities. One might say it's a lack of Christmas spirit. There's simply no sense that anyone here is in a particularly festive mood. It's our livelihoods on the line here, you know. What have you got to see to yourself? For yourself, Santa. Tetsuya mumbles a bit admonishment towards jolly old Saint Nick before darting his eyes to a few bystanders as if scanning for someone within it. Huh? His eyes pass over a garbage dump along the back alleys of Kabukicho, where he spots something suspicious. He begins to unconsciously walking towards it to get a closer look. Having left dead with a childish insult, Kamte ran recklessly into the night. Ostensibly, he was trying to escape the reality of his situation, but he just wound up collapsing here in Shinjuku. As he ran, he noticed the scenery that appeared before his eyes looked no different whatsoever than it did before the Christmas season. No Christmas lights on roadside trees or signposts. No Christmas cakes or cookies in shops. It was as if everyone had forgotten that tomorrow was Christmas Eve. I can't remember the last time I've ever reacted so strongly. I wonder if that's a side effect of getting my memories back. Hate. He said he hated Santa. He's a saint, yet Tante hated him. Someone is laughing somewhere in the back of his mind. There's a part of him that rejoices at the idea of taking vengeance upon Santa, a representative of the faith that warped him. So there's a part of him that's actually contemptually enjoying the fact that he could destroy all Santas right now. But then there's another part of him that remembers all the time he spent living with Ed and learning from him. The sheer contradiction of celebrating the prospect of his beloved companion's disappearance, while also being emotionally shattered by it, is tearing Tante up inside. You're tearing me apart, Lisa! What should I do? Even if I don't take his secret artifact, without belief in him, Headmaster Dad is going to vanish. He put his trust in me to inherit his legacy, and I'm just walking all over that right now. I blew up at him like a petulant child too. How can I even show my face at Santa School after that shameful display? That seemed to be so much more active with, like, Mystic Christmas, or rather, with Sunshine Christmas and resolving the issue, but here you're just like, do whatever you want. If Santa's die off, it's fine. Well, I had some place where I truly felt like I belonged, but I've once again thrown it away. Where do I even go from here? Comte doesn't move from where he landed when he collapsed into the garbage dump. He just stays there amidst the refuse, looking up at the sky, his mind drawing only blanks. I'm supposed to be one of the most clever and resourceful. I've got nothing this time. I don't even know what to do. No, just don't know. Judging by that uniform, I'm guessing you're a Santa School student. Not the best spot for a nap if you ask me. Oh, you got D&D to watch, so you watch it later. Alright, thanks for sticking up to this point, Zeno. Take care and have a good session. Peace. Sorry to inform you, though. This is my turf. So if you ain't got any business here, you all mosey on out here, and I'm gonna ask you to vamoose. This is my swamp. Whoa, easy on the waterworks there, buddy. My face is that scary. Even a total stranger like you chases me off, just like that. But I've got nowhere else to go. See. You're on right. Yeah, he was kind of chased off from his world too. That sucks. Don't worry, I won't chase you off. Come with me. But it made you angry, and I didn't even do anything. I ain't angry. This is just how I always look. So dry those eyes and follow me already, will you? I'm going either way, so if you don't come with, you're just gonna get left behind. I'm coming! Episode 5, Where a Fairy Belongs. Huh? Yeah? From the woods behind the student dormitory at Shinjuku Academy, the sound of a bamboo sword cutting through the air rings out, accompanied by sharp combat yells. Morning, Moritaka. Running even on Christmas Eve, huh? Ah, good morning to you too. You're up early, aren't you? Training has been an integral part of my daily routine since I was but a pup. I shall not forego it for anything. Now, what brings you here, if I may ask? Was there something you wish to discuss with me? The Santa's departure ceremony preparations at the Sona village, was it? Have they been completed without incident? Well, it was tough without you there, but you could have joined us. So I could spend more time with you. Oh ho ho! So you've come to see me at these early hours simply to say that? I am greatly obliged for the concern. You never cease to make me feel special, Allison. Of course, I too regret that I could not join you, but I assure you it has nothing to be concerned about. So please, don't make such a face on my account. Seeing you smile would bring me more joy than anything else. Thanks, Moritaka. Let's have some fun together next time. Obligatory hug that has nothing to do with the story. What do you think you're doing? I'm still in the midst of training. How am I supposed to respond to this? Nani? What? You simply wish to hug and make up. Make up for what? I harbored no hard feelings to begin with. As a warrior, I can only respond with a heartfelt apology for any hard feelings I may have caused you. Moritaka blushes just the tiniest bit, struggling to maintain his composure as he wraps his arm around your back. Like, I'm trying to go for a Japanese accent, but it's like leaning into suddenly German, so I'm trying to figure out what the nuance is right now. His body is noticeably warm, having trapped his body in his thick, bushy, winter bulge. I must admit, I have thoroughly fallen victim to your charms, Arthur. Here, feel my body bulge even closer. Nice and soft. Did I just say that out loud? Moritaka accent, though. You're losing you. He is the most Japanese character in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, I wouldn't normally just give any character from the land of a Japanese accent, but Moritaka actually straight up has the most Japanese mannerisms within the game. Please disregard what you've just heard. Consider it a joke, a novice's attempt at humor. Ha ha ha. Aww, let me give you a kiss. Within a nearby bamboo grove, the distance between you and Moritaka grows just a bit smaller as the two of you bask in each other's warmth. Time seems to stand still as you grab his bulge, until... Hey, Moritaka? Strange. Usually I can always find him right here. I wonder where he's gone off to. That voice! Shiro! Oh, Tail, please stop walking so hard. You're going to attract attention. Ah, there you are, Moritaka. Good morning to the both of you. Were you training together this morning? Well, we were, fencing with our bamboo swords, if you catch my drift. Yes, exactly that. Just the usual training regimen. Isn't that right, Arthur? You're really on fire today, Moritaka. On fire? Yes, thank you, arigato. What brings you here, Shiro? If you're searching for me, I presume something must have transpired. I thought I should discuss this with both of you a bit. Really. It seems that, as of the pre-dawn hours of the last night, both Headmaster Dad and Tomte have gone missing. Nani? You're kidding. Headmaster Dad is in his office. Tomte's gone missing too. What about Dad? Do you suspect they were taken somewhere by another? It's a bit too soon to be making assertions like that. I was just hoping someone might have recall something to help us locate them. Personally, my mind keeps drifting back to the conversation he told us he had with Tomte and Takamaru when you went to Ikebukuro. Did Santa exist in your world? If so, that probably doesn't seem as strange to you, Arthur. But there are some worlds where Santa doesn't exist, which makes me wonder all the more why the real deal can be found here. My answer, I think, is the same as with the ogres of Setsuen. The people here believe in them, so they exist. Thought he disappeared, but I mean, I don't think he's quite straight up dead, or dead being dead, rather. Lots of people being boogeyman lately. And with Santa, you've got the red cloak, the white beard, the big sack slung over his shoulders, big sack underneath his legs, the reindeer, everything. Yep, it's just like a sauna build master here says. If people stop believing in Santa, then Santa disappears. And then I've got no place to go to. So that's the one thing I need to make sure never happens. So Santa's existence is dependent upon belief in him. Then the loss of that belief would result in the loss of him as well. And if we were to act under the assumption that that's what happened to the Headmaster Dead, the pieces do fall into place. The people possessed by those devils have tarnished Santa's image, which could easily lead to a loss of faith in him. Well, what about the other students there, like Yola and Krampus? No one else from Santa School has been reported missing. It may be because they're all still Santas in training. I mean, they have their existence held by something else, don't they? well, I don't know about Yule. But, well, I guess Krampus wouldn't necessarily be tied to that same face too. A lot of them, actually. Yeah, that would be a tough situation for them. But they're all at risk. Which begs the question, what's become Tomte, who is also not a full Santa? Why has he disappeared? Maybe he hasn't? He's probably still somewhere in Tokyo. Precisely what I was thinking. Admittedly, there's little reason to make that assumption, but I strongly feel the same way. Tomte is still out there, somewhere, all the Hanage or a tug on the string of fate that connects him with us. But in his own words. Wait, did Dead disappear, like, in between conversations from meeting with Tomte and then when Tangrizner tried to find him? Is he just, like, invisible or something? I don't think, like, you can just reconstitute someone. I don't know how it works if you come out of existence and then you come back into existence, if that's allowed. But in his own words, Santa were to vanish, he'd have no place to go. That statement could be the key to finding him. As I understand it from what everyone else was saying, Tomte does think of Dead almost like a father to him. If one is to imagine his father suddenly vanishing before his eyes, it stands to reason he may have led the school in shock. That sounds very likely, yeah. What do you think we should do, Shiro? The Golden Master defers to your wisdom. I also think Moritoka is right on the money with this, which is why I want you to go look for Tomte, Arthur. You're the one I spent the most time with, who spent the most time with him, so you're best suited for the task, I feel. Moritoka, I'd like you to serve as his escort on the mission, in more ways than one, to ensure no harm befalls him. Of course, I'm Moritoka Shiro Inuzuka, shall guard him with my life. And together, we shall find our missing friend Tomte. This I swear. What are you gonna do, Shiro? Is it just looking for Tomte? Or just us looking for Tomte? I'll be headed to the Santa School as a member of the executive committee. From what I hear, the school's in chaos right now. If things are left as they are and nothing is done, the ceremony may very well be cancelled by the time Tomte returns. It's a departure ceremony? It's in danger of being cancelled? With Headmaster Dead gone, the present sack they received from him have allegedly all lost a rule. Oh, wow. So there's more than one present sack. Wait, the present sacks are still there? But they've lost a rule. That's right. Student at Santa School has a present sack that was originally part of Headmaster Dead's sacred artifact. I see, it was just cut from the same cloth. The sacred artifact itself, from which they all originated, is evidently still there as well. Although I'm unclear on the details. But that sacred artifact is not responding to anyone's summons, as if it's gone ownerless. All claim to it renounced. Well, it wasn't Dead's to begin with. As we saw in main chapter with chapter 9 and from the events of chapter 8, once the transient is like defeated or unsummoned, their sacred artifacts are left behind. And we already learned from Dead that it wasn't his originally, it was a Necroplex that he took over the role of Santa from, and which caused Necroplex to disappear. Which means not a single student at school is capable of distributing presents from it right now. This has led talks to cancelling the departure ceremony, though the final decision does fall upon the committee. If Tomte, who poured his heart and soul into it, should get wind of it eventually, and such an eventuality, he would surely be devastated. Well, we don't know what's going on yet, so let's find Tomte and hear him out. We shall bring you back to the fold, committee chair. Come now, let us recover our missing friend, Arthur. Search and Azazal stuff there is, I think you mean... No, I was referring to them, as well as Babylon's, too. Morning already. Where am I? Yadishai. Finally up, huh? How does it feel having someone else's bed all to yourself? I still feel like I could burst into tears at any moment, but I'm a bit more subtle than I was last night, at least. Well, that's good. If you start crying like a baby again, I don't know what I'd do. As for where you are, I'm part of the Akabukicho Outlaws, and this is one of our safe houses. One of your safe houses? I thought this would be the main one, considering it looks like your nightclub. If nothing else, you can avoid freezing out in the cold here. Forecast says we're supposed to get snow today. Okay, and you are? Based on that outfit, I guess you're a Santa too, huh? Right, not. I'm a fake Santa. I'm just wearing this old costume to help bring in some business. So you're impersonating Santa then? Doesn't sound like something a real Santa would approve of. I'd say you're right. I've been on naughty list all my life. Never met a Santa who's given me a good boy present. Thing. Name's Tetsuya Onogami. Like I said, I'm from the Outlaws. Really infamous too. Nice to meet you, Tante of Santa School. So, even though Tante's voice actor is pretty boring, I will say that Tante's writing, even though it's largely irrelevant in the entire story every single time he shows up, there's a nice glimpse of what his character is like. He always seems to be in the background trying to help people in a very humble way that doesn't bring attention to him, even if he is tsundere about it. Tetsuya's kind of cool. I don't know, you like his appearance in the story. I mean, his appearance in the story is very brief and very irrelevant, but also just he's good when he does show up. Though half the time he's not even talking with anyone. He's just commenting on the moon falling down or the rain flooding Tokyo or some shit like that from chapter 13 or chapter 11. He's just the every guy that talks about how the three true girls are ending the world or some garbage like that. You're done early today, so you came to say hi. Hey, name taker, aka Irby, good to see you. For those that are watching, make sure you check out Irby's playthrough for Fantastic Boyfriends. He's still releasing it, and he's in the middle of working on chapter 2 right now. It's very cool. I'm enjoying it so far. Better than I thought. Chapter 1 is a bit shaky with the writing, but it's also it's solid enough to be like. Anyways, look forward to that. Why do you know my name? Do you know me? No, don't believe we ever met before. I just asked around a little is all. Then if we're strangers, why did you take me in? Well, when somebody collapses on our turf, they're bound to become a nuisance if you just leave them be, you know. Plus, there's that Santa outfit you got on. The old guy from the Santa School in his dark form is an old acquaintance of mine. Really? So even though you're always on his naughty list, you managed to befriend him. What an interesting way that things turned out. Housamo. Yeah, it's pretty good to be honest, the writing. Later on. Honestly, there's a touch of the writing from Fantastic Boyfriends. I was just oh, you know what? I feel like I don't read enough stories. I'm just reading this, I was this actually has some stuff over Housamo, to be honest. Housamo is all this lore and fiction that's intertwined and cool. But Fkari actually has character development that's sort of well needed. Not passive character development, but person-to-person character development that you don't see too often except with sometimes the summoners. It's quite nice with that game. I mean, with Headmaster dead, how can you refer to someone as suffocated as him as the old guy from Santa School? And if you're acquainted with him, you must have been visited by him. Just what have you done to get on that now list, Same. With perfect timing, almost as if to save him from having to answer Tante's question, Tetsuya's stomach lets out an extremely loud rumble that dominates the room. Oh god, I'm hungry. I was supposed to make something delicious today, but my oven broke down. I messaged my apartment manager and they said they'd get to it, but they still haven't come yet, so I'm gonna have to rely on microwave for a while. And I don't have too much microwave food, so I would rather not have to rely on outside food, since it's hella expensive here in Toronto, but I might just have to soon. I skipped dinner to bring you back here last night, and this is the thanks I got. You haven't eaten? Alright then. The least you can do is thank you. To thank you is to make you a Christmas dinner. I learned how at school. Great. Then you can cook for the rest of the patrons too. Our policy is, if you're here, you work. Even applies to the owners. Oh no. As is Tante's dark path, switching away from a Santa and now becoming a night house patron. If I could, I'd bake you something. Aw. I'd appreciate it. I'm looking forward to tasting out Joe's cakes. Our knight in shining armor, Merchosius, should have left a bunch of ingredients you can use, so feel free to just go down. And since it's Christmas Eve, make sure you prep something nice and Christmassy. That's what customers will be expecting. Alright, I can do that. If I'm gonna be cooking for customers too, though, I guess I'll need to scale up my recipes. Just leave it to me, and get ready to be wowed. I owe you for bringing me here, so I won't let you down. This really be a time to be like making a bunch of food for a bunch of patrons when Christmas is about to be cancelled. Dante heads for the kitchen, and in moments, the spot where he was standing is filled with someone else. The outlaws' safe house can be quite the hub of activity. Hey, Tetsuya! Let me suck your black dick. Alright, everything's all ready to go. I think I already know the answer, but I gotta ask. Who's our Royal Majesty at? Or where's our Royal Majesty at? He's probably asleep. Let him cook. Or else, fast asleep as usual. No, Christmas Eve is all about the night, so hopefully he'll pull his weight later on. Assuming we can bring in a sizable enough crowd for his liking anyway. For now, though, let's just hear what you all found out. Right. Good morning. As instructed, I went to check on the situation at Santa School. Seems like the Santa Claus named Dead is nowhere to be found, as is the chairman this year's departure ceremony, Dante. Yobu, he's out of the running. Sorry, but he's dead. No longer determined. I'm part of the executive committee at Chinku Academy myself, so you can trust this info. But Santa just may not come this year. I don't know what Tsukiyomi's excuse is, but Ellie can't just say out there. As for me, while I was waiting on Hipporake, I decided to check what was going on outside Kabukicho. You wish to see your knight out of here. You mean Searcher? I mean, he's long gone. Or you mean Marchosias? Yeah, I don't know where he is. Check Tsukiyomi, he can actually be in the sun. He's just super sleepy. I don't know what his deal is. He's supposed to be like the god or something. Maybe he just prefers the night. I swear, it's like everybody's forgotten what day it is out. What day it is out there. Yeah, it scripts us. It was business as usual, as far as I could see. Well, like, even I thought that was kind of weird on a day like this. And while we've been kicking back, the world's been going all topsy-turvy. Just like in Chapter 13 or in Chapter 11. At least we got a handle on what's going down. The dude I picked up at the dump last night is that Tomte guy, but I had no idea he was involved in all that. Thing is bad news. I can wrap him in a rug and chuck him into the river if you want. Come on, Ibaraki. Don't be an idiot. You think this is some kind of mafia town or something? Tetsuya's question, intended as a dismissal of Ibaraki's idea, is met with a lot of silence and even a few people who generally seem to be pondering the answer. I mean, yeah. They are pretty mafioso-like. I don't know why. Like, Ikebukuro, I guess that's just where the mafia hang out. Hey, lunkheads. It's not. Bichos were idiots who have lost their way and have... As we're idiots who've lost their way and have no place to go wind up. It's fate that brings people here, so until he chooses to leave of his own accord, I ain't gonna kick him to the curb. Capiche? He was getting affected by his son, you think? Roberta's... I see. I don't really even remember that, but good on you for remembering that. Bit of a shame though, because I feel like Tsukiyomi has some of the most profound lines in the game. How could I forget such a detail like that? Okay, let the search for Tom to begin. Now, where should we start looking? I think your nose can lead us to him. The last time we crossed paths with Tomte, I noted a distinctive scent upon him. And as a matter of fact, I am detecting that very same scent emanating from your bag at this very moment. What do you have in there, I may ask? Yeah, now that you mention it, I've got one of the towels we used. You reach into your bag and produce a towel, which was used recently found a steam infused with Tomte's unique blend of aroma oil when water was thrown on the sauna stones. Excellent. Now I am no bloodhound by nature, but I believe I may be able to follow the scent to some degree. I remember that event very clearly because you're trying to see Goemon. That was the Goemon event? What? That's bizarre. I don't remember that. Right, Jogger, you rule. I knew you'd save the city somehow. Who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are. I am not a dog. I am a Canisterian. Please do not treat me as if I were a pet performing some trick for your amusement. I merely have slightly elevated hearing and olfactory senses when compared to other species. But I repeat, I am not a dog. But you are a good boy, aren't you? Nothing. let us away. Mortaka's nose begins twitching wildly as he sniffs out Tomte's scent using his heightened sense of smell. This way, Araton. Gohan premiered in the event. I mean, I know he premiered in what's called in Beach House at Mare, but I don't remember Tsukiyomi being in that event. It was the thing when they were doing the thing with beach balls. I don't remember Tsukiyomi being there, but sure. After following a slightly meandering sand trail, you and Moritaku find yourselves at the entrance of Kabukicho. The smell is at its strongest here. Tomte is likely to be found somewhere then. However, this is the outlaws' territory. If we cross this boundary without permission, a fight is likely to break out. What if we just want to participate as patrons? How do you wish to proceed? I will support you, whatever you may decide. Got no choice, it's an emergency. I wonder if anyone else knows we know is around. Onward, let's pierce the line, Moritaka. Wait just a moment, please. If we are to do this, then I shall serve as your shield and take the lead. This is like the most lines of Moritaka I've ever had. I know this because I don't actually have much practice with his voice, and like, it's freaking me out what kind of voice I should do for them. Filial one, it is a pleasure to see you again. I see you're fulfilling your duty as an attendant as a real samurai would. This manner of speech, where did you come from? Tisk. For you not to notice me until I'm right up in your rank, show that your training is lacking, you mangy dog. I just finished explaining to Addison that I'm not a dog. You're a sight for sore eyes. Your timing can be better. Yeah, it's good Shio not being dead or in an overhanging device. You bear the scent of the noble source, the same as my erstwhile companion. In place of this novice who knows not the gravity of this position, I shall gladly offer my guardianship to thee. Hey, we got a mole within the outlaws. Tell me, what is your business here? I shall endeavor to help you to achieve your noble ends, whatever they may be. We're looking for someone. Okay, see you, Shino. I'm on a date with Moritaka. I want to pick these two. Sorry, Moritaka fans, but I'm a Shino stan. Were they your true feelings? I would be most honored by your words and carry them with me henceforth. However, it is clear you are merely placating the slowly pure. Do tell me the true aim of your mission in these lands. To business. What does your heart desire, my lord? We're trailing someone, and it's urgent. May we please enter Kabukicho? I see. Perhaps I could serve as an agent and find the one you seek in your stead, so as not to spark any quarrels with locals. Can you describe the personage in question? Will this individual be wearing any distinctive dress, for instance? He's a student at the Santa School, and would likely have a notebook at his hip and a bundle of birchwood at his hand. Duly noted. He's right here. I shall uncover the whereabouts of the student on your behalf at once. Was that truly enough to go by? I'm a bit unconvinced. I don't know, it sounded pretty distinct to me. Thanks, Shino, we're counting on you. You're expecting us, aren't you? You outlaws are always one step ahead. Impressive indeed. Those who stand at the top of the pack have a clarity of mind of a true highly high caliber. I do not understand. What's going on, Addison? Case in point, your clarity of mind is certainly greater than that of your bodyguard, to an almost shameful degree. I should hope that the filial one will continue to forge his discipline through your patient support in the future, my lord. Why do you persist in addressing me with such merciless judgment today? Now then, I shall return at the mission's end. Please, wait for me here. Dang. Yeah, no message from my partner mentioned. Guess I'll be tomorrow or something. Alright, we are moving on to part 2 of episode 2. This will be the last part for today. when he sees part 2. I already confirmed how many parts there were early on, since it's in the past memories. Tetsuya thinks back to a time when his arms and legs were a little shorter than they are now. It was another Christmas Eve with a sleep-well, just like this one. I has trouble remembering exactly how he was living his life back then. About cheating, how else do you think I'm supposed to predict how long these streams will go? Like, I have, like, known beforehand this is going to be a 4-parter based on the episode length. And Sunshine only ended up being 2 episodes because it actually did have a significantly fewer amount of episodes. It has 6 episodes plus the prologue and epilogue. But he at least recalls that he did a lot of couch surfing, reloading for a while with whatever kind of soul he happened to meet during his time downtown before moving on to someone else. Each person he stayed with would eventually find their own path forward and disappear from his side. In fact, this is when Tetsuya began to realize how commonplace that is in a week ago. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Dark Santa has come once again to see all the children who've been naughty this year. It seems you all been engaged in fighting and gambling again. For all you baddies, Dark Santa's got something very special. Dark Santa handed a very large lump of gold to the very tiny Tetsuya and cackled wildly. Tetsuya figured it was just some kind of mean-spirited joke, after all. People did always say, used to say that Dark Santa would show up and give a lump of gold, or a baked potato, or a viscera of some animal, really, to children who'd been naughty that year. That one's a bit extreme. Thanks to you, old geezer. I'm happy to have it. I'll sell that the store I know run by an acquaintance of mine. A lump of gold this makes sure to fetch some decent coin. I swear you get more impudent every year. You sure got a strong will on you, you little brat. Look who's talking. Every year you show up, hurl insults at me, and give me coal. Shouldn't an old fossil like you be getting tired of it by now? Oh ho ho! Your tongue's getting a little sharper every year, too. Now I assure you, I'm never tired of this. Never, ever! Well, from your perspectives, my actions are the same year in and year out. But from my perspective, you are always changing. Is that right? And how about you give me a present I might actually enjoy for a change? Thank you, your brill bones can manage that, old man. Sadly, I'm afraid I can't. I'm Santa after all, and Santa doesn't give presents, naughty kids. You know, that just ain't right. Not rewarding naughty kids. Some people just don't have it in the best of circumstances. No, calling us naughty kids. What does that even really mean? It's so arbitrary. I'm only naughty because you say I am. You know, you're pretty smart. And, I mean, you're not wrong either. It's not our determination to make it, though, but society's as a whole. You're naughty if society says you are. That's it. So Santa is a servant to society. Gotta be honest, that does reduce my opinion in that time bit, but whatever. And then I guess I always will be, because I like the way I live right now. It suits me. I'll fight and I'll gamble all I want. To hell with the law. This is the life I've chosen for myself. I'd have it no other way. I mean, it's Dark Dad, what do you expect? Like, Light Dad's saying is all about being, you know, happy and rewarding children, but Dark Dad's saying the best interactions you'll see with him is if he's, like, fighting someone who wants to be fought with, but in this case, he's just like, here's the cool, take it, sucker! And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Well, why should I live my life based on someone else's standards? So true. This is actually, like, heavy truth belts right now. Give me a break. I see. And I suppose you'll be seeing me again next year, too. I'm terribly sorry about that. Yeah, I'll bet you are. I didn't care what this guy was, whether he was the real Santa Claus, Dark Santa, or a complete charlatan. It was all the same to me. But he was a picture of my year, appearing every Christmas Eve like clockwork to give me some useless thing or another, and speak words of dubious wisdom, then going off on his merry way. And that's pretty much the only thing I can remember super vividly from that time of my life. Funny how that's what sticks out in my head most, huh? Whoa! Holy crap! Sorry to keep you all waiting. Stay good, everyone, and enjoy. Tetsuya and his crew are rendered speechless by Tatsuya's Christmas dinner. I can almost hear the jaws collectively hitting the floor. Gosh. Almost feels like we shouldn't be partaking, but how can we not? God, I'm hungry. Hey, leave some for the customers, will ya? If you feel bad eating it, then don't eat it. Oh, no, there's no need to hold back. You told me to make a lot after all, so there's plenty for everybody. Man, I can't get enough of these meatballs. If you got more, bring them out. I'll happily eat every last one. Ah, I'm glad you're enjoying my tradition. Yggdrasilian meatballs with their thick, starchy sauce. Okay, so he's not from Tirnanlag, he's from Yggdrasil, which is the same world as Thor. Okay. That's a popular item in the student dorms at Afterschool too. Please, offer yourself to as many as you'd like. Did Yggdrasil fall? Now it makes sense. I don't think that Tirnanlag actually fell, but Yggdrasil did get fucked over. Maybe not directly. Well, it kind of is like they describe Yggdrasil as like a failing world that's constant state of Ragnarok, I believe, and the world representative searcher is the one that always loses as well because, they're the predetermined losers is what the idea is. So I guess it sort of makes sense that Eden invaded it. Sort of, because I don't know if they just repeatedly invade it every single time there's a loop, or I'm not sure how that works. Hey, what's this super sweet milky porridge something? Not bad or anything, but I don't care much for the texture. And let's eat Brazilian too. It's Yule-type porridge, boiled thick with milk, and then topped with more milk and lots of cinnamon. I don't know, with rice, when rice is sweetened like that, it just doesn't surprise me. I guess we do have sweet rice balls here in Tokyo. I like it. It's all milky and sugary. Yum! A bovine of discerning taste you are. The thickness in particular is just to die for, no? That's like the umpteenth time you said the word thick. You're a fan of thick sauces and stuff, huh? For us though, thick fluids just call to mind all the blood we shed. It kinda makes us lose our appetites, you know? I hadn't considered that. I guess different lines of work bring with them different needs. Thanks for the meal. Man, that was awesome. Christmas dinner really ended up half bad. It's remarkable how different our worlds are. These things we always eat during Yule, a festival was very similar to Christmas, celebrated in my world on the day of the winter solstice. Gotta admit, I didn't know much about other worlds. No, I don't need to either. We got our own festivals to celebrate. Let me ask you this, Tetsuya. If Christmas were to go away in your world, do you think you'd miss it? Not for a second. Christmas has got nothing to do with me. Whereas I'm concerned, it's just a tool for luring in more customers. I only wear this stupid outfit because it makes other people happy. That's all Christmas has ever been to me. I see. Then it does stand to reason that even Christmas ceased to exist. It wouldn't make much of a difference in your eyes. That's it. That's okay with you? You're just gonna accept that answer, even though you're a Santa school student. Actually, I'm grateful to what you're saying. To you for saying it, Tetsuya. It was a refreshingly honest answer, as opposed to the simple-minded affirmations of Santa I'm used to from people. Oh, you ain't a Santa school student who hates Santa, are you? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. I'm touching a nerve there. Dante's objection to Tetsuya's suggestion is just a bit too strong and is accompanied by a split-second full-body shudder. None of this has gone unnoticed by Tetsuya. Yeah, he's very perceptive. I was raised by Headmaster Ted. It would never be acceptable for me to show any hatred at all towards Santa. Oops. Besides, Santa loves everyone and goes out of his way to give happiness to everyone. How could anyone hate that? Oh, Tetsuya's an example where it's not the case. Yeah. It's not at all right for me to hate Santa. It's not. So, I won't. My Tetsuya, you certainly did find yourself alive one after a full days of touting last night. No wonder you were so tired. Suzuka. By the way, Marchosius asked me to tell you he's grateful for what you did last night. I guess it's because his kid's probably gonna get a visit from Santa tonight. Not many other kids around here will, though. I'm not sure I follow what's going on. Anyone care to fill me in? There are lots of people who live here in Kabukicho, and most of them are ruffians who cause all kinds of trouble with summer before. In other words, naughty kids who won't get any presents from Santa. But we still want them to know the joys of Christmas. So we're planning to dress up in Santa suits like Tetsuya and give out presents ourselves to all the tiny tots around the town. Aww! I like that. Outlaws! Let's go! Like, massive jump in my perspective of Outlaws after doing that. That's one thing, you know, I had reservations about that. The such strict, what's it called, judgment of who was naughty and nice. And apparently that's just completely societally based. But it seems here that these are like, fuck it, we're gonna treat everyone out and we're gonna not deprive anyone of it. I appreciate that. Tetsuya, so despite everything you said, you actually like Santa, don't you? Nuh-uh, you got all wrong. It's not Santa I like. Don't lump me in with that hypocrite. Giving presents to our juniors isn't something I trust Santa to do. It's on us, even if we look like Santa when we're doing it. You're a Santa school, so I don't expect you to understand. You're not trying to be Santa, though. Then why? Why would you go around giving kids presents? Because it's the right thing to do! Everyone deserves a bit of joy and a bit of smiling. Why kick someone when they're down? Who decided that Santa shtick? Anyway, it's just propaganda if you ask me. I do what I want to do, and that's all. I don't give a crap what anyone else thinks of it, or how anyone else sees it. That's you. Good staring at me with those twinkly puppy dog eyes. Seriously, Tompe, what's your deal? I want to know more about you. I want to hear more of what you have to say. That's what this certain fuzzy part of me is saying anyway. I don't really know why. I did this myself when I brought you in, didn't I? I was thinking that. He's probably annoyed by this, but he's just like, he has to go along with it. See, I've got a lifestyle routine that I follow every single day. And if I ever break it, I can't sit still till I'm back on track. But I guess, if you want to shout at me while I'm doing my thing, something, you're free to do so. Shout at you where? The place where I always go after the night shift ends. Across the way from Hanazona Street, just next to the Shinjuku police station. Kolasana's really have the charms too. I had no idea there was one hidden away in Shinjuku like this. It's a sauna. I forgot it was a sauna then for a second. Yep, been on to mine since way back. That's my troubles into nice, thick beads of sweat. Then I can just wipe them away. Thick like my sauces are all you mean. Don't you be turning my words against me, you wise guy. Something notices Tetsuya's stone face finally cracking into a slight smile as the two of them throw friendly jibes at one another and let their worries melt away in the sauna. What a surprise interaction here. The one who loves Santa most is actually jiving with the one with someone who, you know, doesn't give a hoot about him. Hey, Tetsuya. What is it? I really don't know what to do anymore. I have absolutely no idea where to go from here. Life would have been easier if I could have just kept being the nice kid. There's heavy dark mist swirling around inside me. It's attacking me. It hurts. So much I can't bear it any longer. Oh, right, this is an AR reference. Nice catch. So this is what I was talking about. The commemorative AR that did not actually release in Mystic Christmas. Tetsuya looks over at Tante and sees his shoulders jittering. He realizes that Tante is trembling with fear and uncertainty. He opens his mouth to speak, and at that moment... Excuse us, please. Hey, Tante, there you are. Oh, Tetsuya. Ah, Tante! You were in Kabukicho after all. That's quite the relief. Whoa. What are you two doing here? You What is the guildmaster of the summoners doing here? Did that knucklehead Kengo get lost or something? Not Kengo. Tomte. Please come back with us, Tomte. Everyone's waiting for you. No. No! No, I can't go back! I just can't. Tomte? Hold it right there, Bucko. Nobody approaches our Tomte without permission. Got that? Our Tomte? He's possessed them. That's nice. I kind of ship them now. Which is good. Go ship yourself with each other. I'll take that. What do you mean our Tomte? Don't tell me. You got some nerve waltzing in here like you're the cock of the walk. And don't try to play dumb, right? I know you know the rules. It's okay. I got permission to be here from Gyobu. You stay out of this, Tetsuox. I don't care who said they could be here. Fact is, I didn't. I don't blend to the will of others. And if they think they can come into Kabukicho and leave without a fight, then they clearly don't know the outliers too well. Though I don't want to cause a ruckus in my own friend's place of business, and I don't want to make problems for Gyobu either. I'm sorry, Tetsuya. It seems I just keep causing trouble for you and your guild. Don't get all teary-eyed on me, Tomte. Just get behind me, okay? I'll handle this. I don't like to say about Tetsuya, but his sacred artifact is related to Moses. Really? That's an unusual connection. Unless you mean some other person named Mose. I don't know who Mose is. Tetsuya. Oh, I shipped them. Shipped Twinks. The Twinks. So here's the deal. You're gonna suck my toes, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old-fashioned sauna battle. Think you can handle that, Summoner? Those toes. Hamlet? Bring it on! I can't back down now. I need to know what Tante has to say. Wait, I'd like to join the sauna battle too, if it's alright. I want to fight by your side, Tetsuya, so I can work up a nice stick sweat like you said and get all my troubles out. Oh my gosh. And just outside the sauna, you hear heavy moaning and a lot of sweat being produced. That was Tetsuya after being sucker punched. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just thinking, Igear is a 5-star in this game, but he barely played any relevance at all in the story. It's kind of funny. The participants of the sauna battle are drenched in sweat, with pools at their feet that make it look as if everyone has started to melt. It's so hot. But we must not falter here. We must persevere, Arton. Feeling more, Chaka? I've got plenty of stamina left. Oh, what are you doing? Now I'm feeling even hotter all of a sudden. But why? It's like you're a beacon of hotness, spreading heat everywhere you go. Gotta admit, you're better than unexpected. Never met anyone else who could keep up with me in a sauna battle. This is not your first sauna battle, huh? Apparently everyone knows what sauna battles are. You're giving me a run for my money too. You look so hot right now, Tetsuya. How are you looking at? Don't think that was the kind of the kind of conquest here after here. Well, we do that here too. It is that kind of sauna. Well, if that's your angle, then I guess I was right for nothing. Cause I ain't losing. You think I'm bluffing? Just try me. I make those noises sometimes, and I'm sure you do. I used to make my living through that kind of conquest, so I'm gonna send you home in tears before you know what hits you. As he actually talked about, he used to make those kinds of conquests, as in he used to. Actually, he did say he was couch surfing before, so maybe he was like the prototypical Pusha. Hebrew moves, I see. I don't really see how it relates to his power, but he is a gambler. I don't know. I don't see that. Brace adjusted noises happening inside this hot sauna. Tetsuya, Earthen. You've got one hell of a twisted up face right now, Tante. You said you didn't want to go back, right? Then you should stay here. Don't need to be any more complicated than that. You know, Tomte, Tetsuya. When did you two meet? I only met the guy for the first time last night. Found him by chance in a garbage dump nearby. Yeah, that's true. You barely know me. We have almost no connection. So why are you standing up for me like this? MC syndrome. I thought you couldn't care less about Santa. I don't give a Yule log about Santa at all. I don't care that you came here from Santa School either. Why? Why are you fighting so hard for a Santa School student like me? Speed at which Tomte speaks gets faster and faster as he grows more and more impassioned, and the sweat droplets falling from his body somehow seem to keep perfect place. I'm not a good kid. I'm not nice. I don't deserve to have someone stand up for me. I don't deserve to be saved. What if that's the case then? I hate Santa too. I hate worlds that push beliefs in him. I hate them. I hate them so much. And a world that arbitrarily judges me, that denounces me as a naughty child, as a terrible place. I despise it. Tomte. I don't. There's the truth. Tomte thinks to himself, oh no, I've said it. I said the one thing you should not have said. I've been pretending to forget about it all this time and getting along just fine. I've been ignoring the fact that I was judged naughty all this time. But now, cat's out of the bag. Nishton erects a bronze image of a serpent on a pole so that Israelites who saw it would be cured and protected from dying from the bites of fiery serpents. I don't remember that part of the story of Moses and the Exodus, but okay. I see. Now it all makes sense. What does? Why I came to your aid? Why I helped you? Because deep down, I could somehow tell you are a naughty kid. Were you just a Santa, I wouldn't have wanted to be associated with you, but the time I spent with you, it ain't been that bad. That's because you're the same as me. Tatsuya. Tomte's body stiffens up and his eyes glaze over as he darts them around him at each of the people present. His gaze is practically begging for relief and validation. Earthen. He and Tomte lock eyes. Tatsuya. Totally okay to eat Santa. Go with Tetsuya instead. Okay, that will not miss you. I'll handle that. Go. Hate Santa, it's fine. Didn't you two come to drag me back though? Right, Daka? Arthur? Did you come to make me take responsibility for running away from the departure ceremony? For putting it in jeopardy? I came to hear what you had to say. So I was worried about you. Person. Of course. I understand. It does all make sense now. Scared. I've always been scared. Scared that someone might pick up on some little parts of me that reveals that I'm not the nice kid they thought I was. But they'd see the real me. Me they all decided is worthy of getting presents at Christmas time. It was when I remembered that naughty child within me that I lost all sense of what to do. I couldn't come to terms with it. Arthur. Maritaka. I remember now that I hate Santa. But I love Headmaster dead. That explains it. That's actually a nice sort of explanation for the contradiction. So what do I do? I just don't know anymore. I don't know what's right. It's just something Moses did while wandering the desert for 40 years. Huh, okay. So it was after the Exodus from Egypt and while they're finding the Promised Land. Please, well, I feel like I still don't remember that because there was a lot of other cool stories there too, like the splitting and the monuments. Well, sure, whatever. Please help me. Help me figure it out. The dense dark mist swirling around inside Tomte begins draining itself from his body, through every pore of his skin and from his eyes in the form of sweat and tears. The healing has begun. While choking back tears, Empty explains to everyone present in some detail what transpired the night before. Even Santa was vanishing from Tokyo, and as a result, Headmaster Dead was on the verge of vanishing as well. He tried to give me his present's sacred artifact, sacred artifact. He wanted me to inherit it from him. It felt like his last will and testament, like he was bequeathing it to me. I was overcome with sadness and didn't know how to react, so I just fled from the school. Is the sacred artifact that special? Why is he leaving it to you? It's an unusual artifact as it provides presents to those who are deemed punishments to those deemed naughty. This makes it essential to the role of Santa, since you can't fulfill that role if you don't have the proper tool for the job. As a result, when one hands over the very rule to achieve this, that person no longer exists as Santa. Yeah, I feel like Dead Morose, like, there's like in-game lore, but I feel like Dead Morose straight up could not exist nowadays without being associated with Santa. What even is? I didn't even know there was a Dead Morose outside of Santa. What was Dead Morose before Santa? Now I'm wondering. So for transients bearing that role, like me and Headmaster Dead, that sack is, well, it's everything. Also serves as a safety valve, allowing for the conflicting elements of light and dark to exist within a single being. That's how Headmaster Dead was able to maintain two rules within a single body. Without that sacred artifact, it only stands to reason that the Headmaster would be split into two separate existences. For roles to subdivide one's soul into multitude fragments is peculiar indeed. I cannot think of any such instances in my... Gino. Ellen, is something the matter? No, everything is alright. I assure you. Moritaka clasps his hand over to Orbiphile Paladin as he says this. You subdivided into two, Dante. The devils. If I were to inherit the Headmaster Dead, those conflicting parts of me would all stabilize too, I think. So you have a dark and light side too. That must be where the devils come from. The question is, why would he have sought to give me something like that to me? I'm not capable of becoming a proper Santa like he is. I'm kind of the exact opposite. I mean, if anyone were going to catch on to the fact that I hate Santa, the Headmaster would have to be among the first. Not only that, he must have known that it is my fault that people of Tokyo have begun to shut out their belief in Santa. I wonder what that's motivation for all this is, to just let Tante have free will or free reign all this time. I'm curious to hear Dead's thoughts after. But even more than any of that, the real reason I couldn't accept the sack is that I didn't want Headmaster Dead to disappear. I think I understand a bit of how you feel, Tomte. If I were in a situation like yours, I cannot say what I would do. Any of us three in that situation? Are our mentors to disappear? The Mononobe hinting. They disappeared from the main story too, just out of relevance. Dead and Triton. That's not just about him disappearing though. It's the fact that I'm the one responsible for making him disappear. I'm the catalyst. I hold hatred for Sent in my heart, and yet I don't want to see Headmaster Dead go away. So what do I do about it? What can I do? It's a very good question. Jeez, every last one of you is so depressing. It's a real pain in the ass, you know that. Tatsuya? Why are you getting caught up in the logistics of this perfect image of Santa Claus, dreamed up long ago by some random jerk? This ain't about Santa, it's about an old dude you all desperately want to bring back to Tokyo. So just focus on that. Sounds like all you gotta do, Tante, is change Santa from the version of the guy you can't accept into a version you can. Huh. Edmoroz is a Slavic wizard of winter. Is that? So he was just like kind of like Korpikar, I guess. Well, maybe not Korpikar, but some sort of deity of frost. I guess it makes sense. If Santa had started something, he would start as like a frost deity. What? Oh. Care to explain, Tetsuya? Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Ayrton? Can someone fill in the rest of us on what's just going on here? I'll explain later, Moritaka. We're kind of in a race against the clock here. Ayrton! Don't worry. Whatever it takes, we'll bring Headmaster Deg back. My lord can always be counted on to have a simple yet effective plan in his back pocket. But that is precisely why he shan't ever fail to inspire confidence in others. So, Tomty, will you rise to the challenge? No, of course. We'll get Headmaster Dead back. Just you wait. Get ready to see Santa Claus, Tomty style. First things first, we're going to need to gather all the devils who split off from me into one place. And we'll need to expel them from the people they're possessing naturally. So you're thinking perhaps we can gather them all at Asana Village by hook or crook? Exactly. Once you're there, we can see about restoring the belief in the Santa that the people of Tokyo lost due to my alter egos. So Christmas gets a little head start before Headmaster Dead even shows up. If Santa doesn't make an appearance on Christmas, then whatever belief in him remains in Tokyo may be lost for good. So in order to get the Headmaster back, we'll need to not only exercise those devils, but to distribute the presents as well. Sounds like a huge headache to me. You saying you can do something about it, Tomte? I've got an idea. But it's a totally crazy one, and there's no telling how it might go. So it's definitely not something I can pull off on my own. So... can I ask you all to lend me your support in this? Please! It would mean the world to me! You just called the demon there, before there was a negative connotation to them. Demon was just spirits that were powerful, but they weren't gods. Interesting, so kind of like fairies then. Ah, well, I think Dead was a fairy in that sense. Very cool, very cool. You had me at hello. Let's do it, Moritaka. You with us? Headmaster Dead. Certainly, I shall do all that is in my power to aid Tomte, for he is a friend. Are these two jokers gonna be enough, though? You think you can get the old man back with just them? I'm afraid not. Their hope won't be enough, which is why I'll need you and all the other variants to help out. That's a bummer. But if I'm reading between the lines correctly here. You're trying to rope in anyone else around here who has some connection with the geezer, ain't you? People like me. Tetsuya. Thank you, Tetsuya. Can we call him Armistice then? See, this is why I love you. Because I make a fool of myself by tilting out windmills. Either way, I'm cool with it. It ain't too bad knowing that I won over the Guildmaster of the Summers, you know. Tetsuya swoops in close to you and whispers in your ear while surreptitiously stuffing a note in your hand. My dress. Whoa, he's forward! So fucking forward. I like it. Where's he heaping in that note under his suit, though? My keys taped up behind the mailbox. Once this whole mess blows over, why don't you swing by sometime, and I'll show you something else that swings. Hey, you gonna help? Then count us in too, boss. I can go in and round up Ibaraki and the others too. Are you sure about this? I feel like all I'm doing is racking up debts of gratitude with you and you yelled. You're just doing as you please, and we're just helping you out as we please. So don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I actually don't know what their plan is. It seems to be related to with changing the belief of what exactly Santa is, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. Thank you, Tetsuya. And all the rest of you, too. Now, let's get on over to Santa School. On to double. I want Tetsuya to dress the same. Please, Mr. Don Griesner. Please just wait a little longer before announcing the cancellation, won't you? The summoners and Santa School students alike are all devoting their full efforts to finding Tomty as they speak. Even if they succeed, however, there's a little meaning to the departure ceremony without Headmaster Dead. Because the presents can't be distributed, I know. But Tomty has put his blood, sweat, and tears into preparing the ceremony. So if the cancellation is the only option, I feel Tomty should be the one to announce it. It wouldn't seem right otherwise. You make a valid point. Alright, I suppose the best thing I can do now is join the search for him. I can't very well just stand around and do nothing after all. I'll scour Tokyo using a brand new running style, never before. This won't be by time to shine. Mr. Greaser, wait! We're back, Shiro. And we found Tante. Arthur. Oh, Tante! Sorry to worry you, Mr. Greaser, and the rest of you too. I caused you all a whole lot of trouble. Wherever you've been, Tante, everyone has been so worried for you. So very worried indeed. So much so that we've all been searching for you since the crack of dawn. You've been searching for me? Well, why though? Why? Well, that's a silly question. Because your help and positivity has always been a boon to us. You're a treasure. We've wanted to repay you for your kindness every single day. But your help and support are so non-stop, we never got the chance. You're just always working so hard we can barely get a word in edgewise. So when everyone from Santa School heard you were heading the ceremonies here, spirits couldn't have been higher. I see. I got it. I've been connected with you all along. Oh, your birchwood bottle? It's glowing. It's glowing for my friends who believe in me. For all the people of Santa School who support me. Well, I don't think I can ever be a Santa Claus as good as Headmaster Dead, but there are some things only I can do here. Reach Dante. Come on, Shiro. Everybody, join us. We need your help. I take it you have some sort of plan to improve the situation, Arthur. Dante. Don't know how well it's going to work, though, or if it'll actually succeed in bringing Headmaster Dead back. But we all can't just chalk it up as hopeless. We have to give it our best shot. So what we need to do right now, all of us, is gather together all the Santa School students and executive community members. We'll need all the help we can get if we're going to distribute presents to everyone in Tokyo without Headmaster Dead's powers. I think that's it. Maybe. That seemed like the beginning of battle. Okay, that's it. Let's just confirm, very briefly, if the next episode is 6. Yep, so episode 6 will be the last part. It's set to our guild. So, that is it for Mr. Christmas Part 3 stream. What did I think of it so far? Well, I did appreciate Calculus last time, that was the height of it at that time. But honestly, they really went above and beyond with this one in terms of exploring both Tante's backstory, as well as really fleshing out Tetsuya. Tetsuya has never really failed to make me like him. My only reservation with him is he constantly keeps on failing to be irrelevant to the story. But it's nice that we got to see more of him fleshed out. Aigear, on the other hand, was completely irrelevant, to be honest. But I feel like Aigear fans were a bit fucked here in terms of getting some good character writing. At the very least, though, we got some nice exposition on Tante's story through it all, based on him accepting the past humans. And a very interesting story of Dad himself, as well as Tante's role in it. And, you know, I always... you may have gathered this, but I have strong feelings when it comes to the deciding factor of what makes right from wrong. And I'm not necessarily what's called, or I'm quite the opposite of someone who's very vindictive or swings the hammer of justice a lot. I tend to question that sort of judgment a lot. And so I'm appreciating they're really bringing it out in the forefront here, especially since it seems like a lot of that judgment was unfair in part of Eden's fault, as well as in more simple cases, Santa's fault. Alright, I'll just straight up chat and then I'll head out. Great streamer, Paraquara, I think he might be having a stroke, you might need to check that. Just trying to rhyme. Well, that was definitely trying. Alright, see you guys, see you out at Emerald, see you Joe, and see anyone else who's watching. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for the finale. Peace.